Why do I believe that raw food slows down or might even stop aging? Um, I started being a raw foodist in 2001, and it took me several months to clean out old mucoid plaque. I was 35 and I was lean and I was normal looking. My skin wasn't very nice, but I really wanted to become a raw foodist because I was told so in a dream. And so I researched a little bit, and I found a book that was called Cleanse and Purify Thyself by Dr. Anderson. And I started to add psyllium husk to my diet, and I started to eat fully raw. Not long after, I started cleaning out old mucoplaque that was in me for 35 years, I suppose. And it took me several months to clean out all of my mucoplaque. I was 35 and I had not bad skin, but not really. I had problems on the back of my on my back with the skin, and I didn't realize that these skin outbreaks were the result of eating sugar. So when I cleaned out with fiber, all of the toxins went out through my intestines and not through my skin. When we detox, the skin is the greatest organ, and we detox through our skin. And so every time I ate something that my body didn't like and it couldn't handle, it broke out on my back. That was a bit uncomfortable. I was 35, still having pimples. I didn't like that. So, but I didn't really think that was important. The most important part why I turned to 100% raw was to improve my meditation. I had asked in my meditation, what can I do to have more energy and to not fall asleep during my meditation? And that was the result. The result was the suggestion to turn raw. So as soon as I started cleaning out the mucoplaque, my skin started to improve. 2 weeks afterwards, my skin was totally different, beautiful, like radiant, and no more pimples, and really, really soft everywhere. And I was surprised about all the additional benefits of being raw. Of course, I had more energy and I was able to focus better in my meditation, but there was other benefits, like it felt like I stopped my aging at that time. And a couple of years later, I met my husband and we were traveling, and he suggested that it wasn't as important to be raw. And immediately when I started eating cooked food again, just a little bit, my bliss went away. So I realized that being raw really made a difference in my life, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I didn't want to lose my bliss anymore. So I turned raw again. Then a few years later, I must have been in my 40s, after I had children, I added a small amount of cooked food in my way of life. And what happened? Gray hair started sprouting. I could see that they sprouted because they were very short, and also my skin in my face started sagging, and I just felt mentally and physically totally different. And I realized that I had started growing old. So not just that, my meditation weren't as good anymore, and I was unable to get up in the middle of the night to meditate, which was not a problem when I was on raw food. So I said to myself, I'm going to go raw again, and I turned fully raw again. What happened was the sprouting on my head stopped. The sprouting of grey hair on my head stopped. I plucked out the few grey hair that I had, and they did not return. A few years later, we lived with my mother-in-law, and we spent Christmas with her, and she ordered cooked food for us, and I had some more cooked food because I wasn't wanting to hurt her feelings. And again, the same thing happened. Few grey hairs started sprouting, and then I stopped eating cooked food, and it stopped, and I ripped them out. And since then, now it has been several years, and I have absolutely no grey hair sprouting. And I'm 55 this year. I feel better than when I was in my 20s. I'm going to continue this video in the next video, and I will talk about why do we age and what can we do to prevent rapid aging or slow down our aging. Thank you very much, and see you soon.